On today's video, I'm going to show you how to make an extra $12,000 a month in take-home pay with 0 extra leads. Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It wouldn't be a Sam Gustin video if I didn't have a bunch of stuff already prepared on the board behind me. So what this video is going to cover is how you can make extra revenue and extra profit with 0 extra leads through upselling and contacting your current lead database. So in this example, let's imagine that you are either a solo operator or you have another helper with you and you have a lead database of 750 contacts. Now what you would need from a lead is their name, their house address, their phone number, and their email. So let's assume that you have 750 of those people already in your lead database. What you're going to want to do is, if you have extra capacity in your month to complete some work, you're going to want to send email out through your CRM, and you're going to try to upsell a flower bed cleanup. And out of those 750 people, all of them are not going to get back to you. Some of them might tell you to never contact me again. It's just the name of the game. Keep rolling with the punches. But let's assume that you have a return rate of 10%. So that means out of the 750 people that you just contacted, 75 of them are going to either fill out an estimate form or they're going to respond by saying, yes, I'm interested in pricing. Now, if you have a 40% close rate, which to be quite frank, I would say is low if you are a one person or just a 1 or 2 person operation. So let's go on the low end for being on the safe side with these numbers. Let's assume that you have a close rate of 40%. So out of those 75 that reached out to you and having a close rate of 40%, that means 30 people have said, yes, I want this service, sign me up and get this taken care of for me. So like I said, the service that we are upselling in this example is a flower bed cleanup. Keep it simple so that you can clearly define that in an email and you don't have to have the email be extremely long. So a flower bed cleanup, you're gonna say, hey, we're gonna come to your property, we're gonna trim all the bushes within the front yard flower bed areas. We're going to pull all the weeds and then we're going to replenish the mulch, and we're using black mulch. Just keep it simple so that every single person that says yes, you can just do the exact same thing over and over again. Now the average service price, let's assume, is gonna be $500. If that price seems high to you, it's because you are not your customer. People pay well above $500 for a flower bed cleanup. I wouldn't recommend charging much lower than $500 for a flower bed cleanup, but that's my own opinion. So with a flower bed cleanup, the profits are pretty high, especially if you consider the amount that you would make before paying yourself. So just materials alone, all you're paying for is, maybe 10, 15, 20 bags of mulch. That's not going to be more than $100. So let's assume that your profit before paying yourself is going to be 80%, and that equals $400 in profit before you pay yourself. Now, if you are a solo operator, you could take the $400 home with you. Granted, when the tax man and Uncle Sam comes asking for it, you're going to have maybe 30% of that you owe towards taxes, but that's a conversation for a different day. So let's assume that you have a take home of $400 for this flower bed cleanup. So now if we have 30 customers that say yes to a $500 cleanup, that means the total added revenue is going to be $15,000. And if you have an 80% profit margin on $15,000, that means, my friend, that you